Welcome, I'm Cassandra, and this is your general and love forecast for March 2018. This is for Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. I'd like to take a moment to just let you know that if you watch my videos every month, then you will notice I am going to do a little bit differently than I normally do. And if you have watched my videos before compared to this one, I would greatly appreciate your input on whether you like this particular style or if you would like me to go back to the way I was doing it. So if you could just drop it in the comments and let me know, prefer the old version or I prefer the new version. But I greatly appreciate it if you could do that. Okay, without further ado, let's jump into this. Okay, for our first card, this is for Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. You have the Two of Swords. So it shows that you guys are definitely at a point of indecision and or stalemate. So you're trying to decide on what you should do, which path you should go down, what should be your next move. So you're basically deciding to go within, meditation if you will, and you're really trying to weigh the pros and cons. You're doing your best to do so. And this is why this young lady here has a blindfold on, because she doesn't want to use her regular eye. She wants to use her third eye to make her decision. So she wants to listen to that inner voice and what it's telling her. So you may be at a point where you are trying to make a decision on if you want to continue on with something, or if you should just move on, or should I choose this or that? Should I go this way, or should I just stay what I'm doing? Things of that nature. So I will be clarifying this set, this one, this one, this one, and this one. Because really these are the most important. Well, they're all important, but those are the most important. Okay. Moving on to the Eight of Wands in the reverse position. This is your circumstances card. Okay, so the Eight of Wands in the upright position, you're definitely going after a goal of yours or even a dream that's, that you've held close in your heart, and you're actively working towards achieving it. When it's in the reversed position, then you're experiencing a lot of delays and obstacles and frustrations in regards to achieving this goal or this dream you may have. And, this can be really, really frustrating. Actually, this can be pretty angering. So a lot of times anger comes up with this card, because it can just kind of infuriate you that things have just not been working out. So if you have experienced some anger in regards to achieving something you've been going after, the best way to deal with this is to try to take a step back and observe, rather than trying to push or force something into happening. Because sometimes with the Eight of Wands in reverse, sometimes we just want to go ahead and keep pushing, and we just basically can end up applying too much pressure, which can then attract more opposition, more delays, more frustrations. It can really work against us the more that we try to push and the more that we try to force an issue. So it's better to just step back and observe the situation, and be objective. that way you can see what's going wrong and perhaps why it's not working out. Maybe you've missed something. Maybe there's something else that you need in order to make this happen. You know, it could be many different things. But overall, you need to step back so that you can reorganize your goal. Because if you stand back and look at it objectively, you'll be able to see, okay, wait, you know, I'm missing this. So then you can reorganize your plan. And this will help you so that you can turn this card to the upright position and start moving forward again. And this can also indicate that if some of you, this may resonate with a few of you, if some of you have recently started a relationship or recently been interested in starting a relationship with someone, this can also indicate that there could be issues of jealousy and conflict arising within that. I mean, this can be a card of conflict and jealousy just in general when it's in the reverse position, but especially in regards to love. So this can indicate jealousies and conflicts in a relationship. And it would also indicate that, you know, perhaps the love interest may be fading away. Okay, for your focus card, we have the Four of Wands. So this is a wonderful card. This is a card of celebration. For some of you, you may know someone that's getting ready to get married, or a few of you may be getting married. And a lot of times there's a celebration that surrounds a wedding, or this could actually be a honeymoon. But this can also just in general indicate a happy home environment. And this could even be a reason to celebrate. Maybe some of you may have recently moved and got a new home. And that's a reason to celebrate. But the overall meaning here is, you know, there is happiness and there is a celebration, and it has to do with the home. So that's positive. But there is also a need to take stock of your life and be grateful for everything that you do have, no matter how big or how small. You should be grateful for every single blessing that you have. You know, some people are rather pessimistic and just negative. And hey, I'm a Virgo sun, so if I'm saying it, you know, there are just some people that are just so pessimistic and so negative minded, and they just look to the dark side of everything. Like, I don't have any blessings. But yes, you do. If you're alive, that's a blessing. If you have good health, that's a blessing. If you have children, that's a blessing. If your children have good health, that's a blessing. You know, if you have food to put in your stomach tonight, that is a blessing. You know, a lot of things we have and people take for granted. So this is a card of really acknowledging everything that you do have and being grateful for it, no matter how big or small. Okay, this is the card of your recent past, or for some of you, you could still be in this energy, but it is moving away from you, or it is already in your past. Here we have the King of Coins in the reverse position. Now, this is not a good man, okay? This actually could be male or female, you know, for you and your situation. It doesn't matter, you know, when you see king or queen. It can be, you know, either gender. But in general, this is not a good king when he is in the reverse position, okay? This is a man that is, he will take advantage of you if he has the opportunity to take advantage of you, especially on the financial front. Oh, he will. And this is the type of man that would literally, he's good at manipulating people into doing the work for him while he just sits there and gets to collect and, act like he was a part of it, but really he's just being nasty. He's not trying to help anyone. Whereas, when the King of Coins is in the upright position, he is very good at making money, and he likes to help others make money for themselves as well. But when we have it in the reverse position, we lose that. So this is a man that is solely focused on, the material and the financial part from a greedy, selfish place. So this would be a very greedy, selfish person, and they may potentially try to use you, and it will not be to your benefit. So some of you may have had an issue with someone of this type of character. They could have been Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. Or they don't have to be. This could just be the overall energy expressing as someone that you had dealt with that has similar characteristics. Now, the King of Coins in the reverse position can also indicate someone that is into black market type of deals. Things that would be, well, shall we say illegal or highly unethical. Yeah. Because he makes his money in unethical ways, even skirting along the lines of illegal ways of making money. This is a man that will con you and scam you out of money if he gets an opportunity. Male or female, excuse me. Okay. And if you were scammed or conned out of some money, don't worry. Karma will get them. Trust me. There ain't much you can do in this life without karma coming for you. We all get ours, So if someone hurts you, don't worry. They'll be dealt with accordingly. You may not get to see it, but trust me, it'll happen. Okay, this is your present energy, the here, the now, the present energy. So here we have the Lover's card. So this is a good card. I mean, for some of you, you may be focused on a relationship, one that you already have. This could be, a romantic relationship. This could be a marriage. Some of you could be that are not in a relationship. You could be really focusing on, I want that relationship. So some of you may be focused on getting into a relationship. Some of you are already in a relationship. And the Lover's card is about, first and foremost, it's about, harmony between two people. And the sharing and giving, it's equal between both. They're equals here. So this is a very harmonious card. But the Lover's card is also about making choices, and decisions. So some of you may be trying to make a choice in regards to a relationship, whether you're in a relationship already or whether you're not. And for some of you that are not in a romantic relationship and you don't have any desire to be in a romantic relationship, this could simply be you with someone that would be a very close friend, someone that you would have a very special bond with. And there is harmony within this partnership. And you may be considering making a decision or a choice about something. It could be about the relationship between, you and the other person. Or it could be, about, where do we go from here? For some people, you could be wondering, maybe we should start a business together. It could be many different things. But there is always some sort of choice and some sort of decision, that we're going to be making, or we're in the process of making. Maybe some of you are questioning. Maybe some of you are, at a point of indecision of, should I stay in my relationship or should I let it go? That'll resonate with a few of you. Okay. This is your card of the near future. And today is March 2nd. So this would be about a week to 2 weeks out. For some of you, you could be experiencing this energy already. And for some of you, you will begin to experience this over the next few days to the next week or two. Anyhow, 8 of coins. This is a good card. So this shows that you do have a skill. You have a skill or a set of skills that can bring you recognition. It could also bring you financial, you can make money, but it can also bring you financial opportunities. So this is a really good card, and this is the card of, continue to practice, continue to work on your skills, because practice makes perfect. That is the overall advice of the 8 of coins, is practice makes perfect. So whatever set of skills you have, continue to work on them, because the more that you work on them, the better they become. I mean, you're already fantastic with whatever skill you have, and everyone's skills are different. Every Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising, we're all different. We all have different skills. So, whatever your special skill is, or you may have several skills. So just continue on working towards perfecting them, and expanding them even more. Because opportunities are definitely coming your way to where you could achieve, some recognition and maybe even some money. Perhaps you get offered a job. Perhaps you get offered a larger bonus or something. Hey, we will take it. Hey, I know I'll take it. I'm Cancer rising. Okay. For the attitude position, we have Ace of Swords. So I love this card, okay? Excuse my French, but I love this card because this sword, it immediately cuts through any and all bullshit, okay? It gets you to the truth of the matter. So if you have been seeking the truth in any type of situation in your life, this is your card. This is your attitude card anyhow. So a lot of you are definitely seeking truth. But this is also about a new beginning. And it's a beginning where we are very focused and we're just ready to take action. We're ready to make things happen. Because, we have just been getting hit hard by, Pluto, transiting Pluto. So we're like tired of this nonsense. Let's get all the liars out of our life, and let's handle it. Let's get to business. So some of you could start new projects here. Some of you could could be starting new jobs. Opportunity is definitely near. Now this card can also indicate a pregnancy, so someone could be pregnant or giving birth soon. Some of you could end up being pregnant soon, if that's something you desire. The energy is definitely there if that is what you want. It could happen. But I love the Ace of Swords energy. Okay, this is how other people would see you. And we have the Four of Cups. So with the Four of Cups, there's just an overall feeling of I'm bored, but the biggest being just discontent, feeling dissatisfaction with our life, with our lot in life. We're just not happy with where we are. We want more. You know, we're just tired of the same old crap, different day, you know. We're ready for something new. We're ready for an opportunity. And now a lot of times an opportunity does come your way with the Four of Cups, but sometimes the opportunity can be missed if we're too focused in our emotions and we're constantly just looking within and we're not looking around at what's going on around us. We could miss an opportunity. So you definitely want to stay alert because an opportunity could come your way. But if you're too focused on yourself and your emotions, you could miss the opportunity. Okay, this is the position of hopes or fears. So here we have the Eight of Swords in the reverse position, which is far better in the reverse position. When it's in the reverse position, we are breaking free of a mental prison that we made out of fear, okay? So when it's in the upright, we literally take our fears, and our fears make a prison within our mind. And then we're at a point where we cannot make a decision no matter how hard we try because we are just so full of fear. When we're in the reverse position, we are getting rid of that fear and it's not controlling our thinking or our actions anymore. And we are free to make a decision without it being fear-based. So immediately I'm going to say this is a hope because considering most of us are having to make a choice in regards to something, we don't want to make the choice based out of fear. For the final outcome card, we have the Four of Swords in the reverse position. So, for a few of you could be recuperating, healing up after a surgery. So, and the healing is definitely speeding up with it being in the reverse position. So that's very good. Now, for everyone else, the Four of Swords, we're coming out of a period where we retreated. You know, maybe you withdrew and retreated from the world. You know, maybe you just simply have retreated into your mind, you know, and you've been focused on yourself, which is okay. But some of you also could be returning from a vacation. That's a possibility as well. Because a lot of times when the card is upright, there is a need to take a break. And the reason that we need the break is because we have fought in a lot of battles. I don't mean physical battles, but you know, battles, conflicts, you know, just dealing with, you know, crap in general. It begins to wear us down. You know, this could actually be conflicts between you and another person. But when it's in the reverse position, actually when it's upright and you go to rest, it's like taking a time out. That can almost be like a retreat, like a temporary truce in between you and someone you're having a conflict with. But when it's in the reverse position, you're coming back out. You're ready to deal with life. You're ready to face the issues head on. And so some of you, if you have had some conflicts with others, you are now ready, you will be ready to face them head on. Now for the bottom of the deck, we got the Queen of Cups in the reversed position. So with our Queen here in the reversed position, she's constantly worrying. And she's worrying about things that she really doesn't have any control over. And so this can actually indicate like an overworked imagination. You know, fear can do that too, where we can take something small and then we literally go to the worst case scenario in our head, and you know, we can just really be overworked, you know, and our imagination can make things worse for us emotionally, because overall we are out of balance, you know, emotionally. We need to bring balance back so that, you know, our logic and our emotion are equal. And sometimes there can be a tendency to exaggerate, you know, maybe the problems you're going through, or just in general the conditions. You know, this can also indicate like emotional outbursts. I mean, we're just out of balance emotionally, and that's essentially what it's set, you know, what it's saying to me. And it's because, you know, there is some sort of conflict, there is some sort of emotional turbulence that is taking place. So it's adding to it, but see, we can add more to it as well by having an overactive imagination or exaggerating things. So we definitely want to be careful of that. You know, you just really need to not react. You know, because some things may arise, you know, and you don't want to just automatically react, because you'll react in an emotional way, and that's not always the best way. So it's just best to, you know, just take a step back and try to look at things objectively, and you really want to harness your emotions here. We need to get a hold of our emotions and rein them in, you know, take control back. You know, for a few of you, this can indicate that you may be experiencing self-deception. So do not lie to yourself. Don't lie to yourself. You know, and that overworked imagination that can feed into self-deception. So if you see that you're doing that, you definitely want to pull yourself out of that. Don't allow yourself to sink, you know, that low, because we do have free will. If we just simply decide, look, I'm not going to automatically react in an emotional way to an emotional situation, I'm just going to go within, and I'm going to find the answer within. And then I'll respond after I have some time to cool off and find my answer within. By simply just changing that, you can change your entire destiny. One little thing, you know, our mind is so very powerful. People tend to underestimate how powerful our brains are. And we're very suggestive, you know, so if we're always thinking about the negative side of things, you know, and the worst case scenarios, you know, then that can really end up becoming a self-fulfilling prophecy. So, you know, don't be afraid to call yourself out on it and say, hey, no, I'm not going to do that. So just, you know, simply changing your thoughts, try to focus on the good. Just like I said up here, focus on what we do have. Don't be pessimistic. Don't be negative minded. Focus on what you do have that's good in your life and be thankful for it. But also focus on that, especially, if you're going through a tough time. Try to push your focus towards the good, towards the positive, because if we can, just be positive, then we will actually attract more positive situations to us by choosing to be positive, by choosing to look at the positive rather than wallowing in the negative. Sorry, I may be ranting, But I just want everybody to know just how powerful our mind is, because it's super powerful. And just by simply changing the way we think, we can change our entire life. That's a gift. Okay. So, we have our Two of Swords. We have a decision to make. We may be at a point of indecision, so we're trying to figure out what we want to do. And then we clarify, and we have the Three of Wands in the reversed position. So some of you could have potentially started, this could have been a creative type endeavor. This could have been a job. Some of you could have started a business. But the overall focus is you started something. And when you did so, there may have been a lack of foresight. Maybe you weren't accounting for, all the different possibilities, all the different things that could arise, the unexpected type of issues. Sometimes we didn't pay attention to every single detail because we were just excited to get something going. But now we're experiencing many difficulties in something that we have recently started doing. And sometimes, these can just be delays. And sometimes we can just simply pull back and, take a look at our plan and what we were doing, and, basically going over the fine details and seeing what's wrong. And so sometimes, just tweaking something can completely fix this situation and get it back to the upright so that we have resources coming in. When it's in the reverse, the resources are not what we need. They're inadequate. So there's not enough. We're not seeing enough of a profit, essentially. So we definitely need to reevaluate our plan, or, whatever you started, whether it be a job, or maybe some of you started a business. Maybe some of you just simply started, a creative type of project. And now you have a decision to make regarding it. Oh, excuse me. That's my phone. Okay, but, for some of you, you may be able to save this project by simply, changing something, tweaking something. And some of you may need to start over entirely. But, you have a choice to make. And you got to make the choice that's best for you. Only you know what's best for you. So, here's our advice card for this situation. We have the Two of Wands. So the Two of Wands is definitely saying, hey, you got an opportunity. You basically manifested something into your life. Now go after it. But see, this has to be your choice, and you have to be willing to either, completely reevaluate your plans and modify them, Or you may have to be willing to start over entirely. But this is your choice. But the Two of Wands is saying you have an opportunity. It's here. Don't waste it. But you need to do what's right for you. For some of you, you may feel it's best to scrap it and start something else. For some of you, you may be very attached to what you started here, and you don't want to walk away from it. You would rather, just make the necessary changes and then move forward. And something else I should mention is sometimes, especially for those of you that may have a business, may have recently started a business, some of you could have been involved in a partnership. And if this is the case for you, then the partner is not doing what they basically said they would do. They're not providing what they said they would provide because, clearly the resources are inadequate. So there is a lack of resources. Maybe they were going to supply you with more money and they haven't. So you have a choice to make. So maybe you can work on finding someone else to be a partner with. Or maybe you just may decide to go solo. It's completely up to you. Just make the choice that's best for you. Okay, we had our Eight of Wands, which was our circumstances card, and this shows that we were working towards achieving a goal or a dream that we had, and we've encountered some obstacles that are very frustrating. They can cause us to be pretty angry because things are just not working out. And we really need to step back and look at things objectively instead of trying to force the things to happen that we're after. So we clarify, and we have the Five of Cups. So this is definitely indicating that, there is a loss and a disappointment attached to a goal or a dream here. So you guys are definitely feeling down in the dumps about not getting what you've been going after. You were trying to achieve a goal or a dream that you've had, and you've experienced a loss and or disappointment. And as I was saying earlier, sometimes this can indicate, conflicts and jealousy, especially in situations where, it's about love. And Five of Cups, this can be a loss or disappointment in love as well. But, you're going through it, see, he's focused on these 3 spilled cups, but there's 2 cups behind him that are still full of wine. So, again, you don't want to focus on what you're lacking. You need to turn around and look at the 2 cups that you still have. So, essentially, what I'm saying here is there will be more chances, okay? You're going through a loss, but it's not going to last forever. Healing is going to come, and your hope will be renewed. Oh, I apologize. Oh. Okay, and advice. We have the Sun in the reverse position, so that would definitely indicate that you may be, I'm getting tongue-tied. I apologize. You may be pretty pessimistic. You may be looking at things in a pessimistic way, focusing on the negatives, when really we need to be optimistic. We need to try to change our frame of mind. Sure, this may not be working out. But that doesn't mean that we can't, modify our plans. That doesn't mean we can't reroute. That doesn't mean we can't start something new, something that might be much better for us. You know, we want to have optimism. We want to have that passion and optimism that really keeps pushing us forward. But the sun in reverse is also about experiencing delays, and it's also about coming to a crossroads. And a lot of times this could be a crossroads within a marriage, you know, or like a long-term relationship where you're just at a crossroads, like, should I even put any more energy into this relationship? Should I continue? You know, so a lot of times there will be a breaking off, a severing of ties. Not necessarily for everyone, but for most, this could indicate a severing of ties with someone that you loved. But for those of you that are not in a relationship and not focused on a relationship, then the sun is basically pointing out that you're looking at the obstacles and the delays, and that's what you're focusing on. And we don't want to do that. That's being negative. See, with the sun in reverse, we're lacking confidence. And the sun is saying, no, you need to be confident. You need to be confident. Be confident and be optimistic. Look for the positive. Look for the positives. Okay, here we had our focus card, which was the Four of Wands. And to clarify, we get the World. This is beautiful. So the World is about, hey, you've been through a lot of lessons. You've been through some really tough times. And you've learned your lessons. And now the universe is saying, hey, you're being rewarded. So this is karmic rewards for a job well done, for completing a lot of lessons, you know. Oh, the universe has not been so kind here lately to Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. You know, not all of us anyhow. But hey, this is definitely showing achieving, you know, something that we want. Whatever you want, we can truly have. Maybe you guys are really wanting family happiness. Well, it is within reach. If that is what you truly want, it can be yours. Maybe some of you are focused on wanting to buy a house. That can be yours. It is within reach. Let's just remain positive and optimistic and confident. Yes, we got 2 advice cards here. Okay. So, Ace of Cups in the reverse. That's a rushing out of emotions. So, we could say an emotional outburst. So, again, it's best to not have an emotional outburst. It does happen. It happens to all of us. We're all guilty of it. But try to not focus on an empty glass, okay? Because you yourself can fill that glass again. A lot of times this can indicate that, you know, perhaps maybe we're not open to love. Maybe we've been hurt. And we're not sure we want to even take another chance. So essentially with the Ace of Cups, we don't need to be focusing on the lack of love in our life that we may be feeling right now, or the hurt from a relationship that we've been through. We don't want to keep focusing on all those negative things, because it just breeds more negative things to come our way. So don't focus on what you lack. You want it to focus on the things that you want. You need to look at the things as, okay, I want this, so you need to more or less say, I have this. You want love? I do have love. I have a great man. I have a great woman, that loves me. Whatever it is for you. Now, strength in reverse is basically, this is where we're letting our fear get an upper hand on us. We're allowing fear to control our thoughts and even our actions. Because sometimes we'll be trying to get a point across to someone, and when strength is in the reverse position, we may end up coming across too strong. I mean, we may just physically try to force our opinion down their throat, and you don't want to do that either. That's not good. So the overall advice here is harness your emotions and get rid of the fear. Because karmic rewards, they're here. They're coming, okay? But you can't focus on the lack thereof, and you can't focus on the past, which is a very Cancerian type of thing. We are very, rooted to our past. But we need to focus on the future, and let's focus on good things happening to us as opposed to looking back at all the bad things. Let all of the things that, you've been hurt by, use those and let that become your power to succeed in whatever part of life you want. Just don't let fear get the upper hand on you. Because we can really have it all. Okay, this was the near future card. We have the 8 of coins. So, to clarify, oh, that's beautiful. Clarify, we get 10 of Pentacles. So, some of you are steadily working on your skills because you are focusing on the wealth of your family. A lot of you are focused on making some wealth for yourself. And some of you could actually be offered a job at a large corporation, possibly. And if it's not a large corporation, or large business, it would be something that would be very solid, something very structured. It would be a company that you could definitely depend on to still be there. So a good job opportunity could be coming your way. This can also indicate that, we may get a windfall of money. Perhaps you receive a gift of money. Perhaps some of you may have an inheritance come through, maybe even an unexpected one, and it would be tied to your family. Maybe some of you may get, a loan of money that you need from someone in your family to help get you through until you can get this job. But overall, this is very, very positive. With the 10 of Pentacles, it shows that we are working towards achieving wealth. So this is fantastic. Okay. So, advice cards. We've got 7 of Wands in the reverse position. The 7 of Wands is about competition. And this is actually much better when it's in the reverse position. So basically, you may be in competition for a job with your particular skill set. And maybe someone may have even, even tried to threaten you. I mean, that would be worst case scenario, but they're all bark, no bite. So don't worry. A lot of people like to talk crap, but they like to just talk, but really they can't they can't cash that check. So don't worry about it, because the competition is not near as stiff as someone may want you to think it is, okay? So really, you may be competing against someone, but really it's no contest. You're going to win hands down, so don't worry about it. So just be positive, because things are going to work out to you. I mean, this is absolutely beautiful. I mean, I'm literally ready to get up and jump up and down. I mean, it is about time that we get a blessing. Woo! Okay, sorry. I'm getting ahead of myself. Now, for our next card, we got the Three of Wands. So, we did have this up here. And this is like the present moment here, right here. And this is our near future. So for near future, our advice is be on the lookout for more opportunities because they're coming your way. And these opportunities will bring you extra resources, extra money. So things are looking great for the near future. I love it. Okay, for the final outcome, we had the Four of Swords in the reverse position. We clarify, and we have the Seven of Wands in the upright position. So this definitely indicates, first and foremost, we had a period where we withdrew. We went within, to find ourselves. We helped we took a break and we helped get ourselves together so that we're ready to take, life back on. We're back into action here. Back into action. Now, you may come across some competition, okay? But you can stand the battle. You can do it. Don't worry. The competition may appear to be stiff, but I don't think it's as stiff as people would like you to think it is. As long as you stay focused and you stay positive and optimistic, you need to have an attitude of, I have this. That's mine. Whatever you're going after, whatever you're pursuing, you need to have that attitude of, that is mine, period. Don't let any fear or negativity creep in. And if it does, slap it back down and be like, nope, doesn't work for me. That doesn't work for me because this is mine. So, now sometimes with the Seven of Wands, I gotta throw this out there. Sometimes with the Seven of Wands, you may feel like something or someone is an enemy. And for some of you, it could be. Especially if you really were having some very huge conflicts with someone and then you took a timeout. Let's call it a temporary truce. And so then you come back out of your isolation. You came back out of your retreating period. And boom, you may be back into battle with this person again. And it may feel like it's a pretty stiff competition. And this person may feel like an enemy. It could be a person or it could be something that may feel like an enemy. But, it's your perception of things. Don't let it knock you off your game. Like I said, you need to just stay focused on the positive and look at it like, you know what? I'm going after this and it's mine. And that's the way it is. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. For the advice card, we have Ace of Swords. So the Ace of Swords is like, yes, blaze your own trail. Do you. Stay focused. And be quick to move on it. Be quick to move. Don't let anybody get in your ear. You know, stay focused. Use your logic and your reasoning abilities. But overall, just stay focused. Go down this new path. Follow this truth, okay? Follow it. It's beautiful. The Ace of Swords is on your side. The Ace of Swords is almost, it's like it's here as a protective energy to make sure that you win. So, winning. Hello. I love that. Okay. Bottom of the deck, we had the Queen of Cups in reverse. Ooh, bottom of the clarifying deck, we have the Chariot. Victory through adversity. So, for those of us who are steadily going towards a goal, sure, you may encounter some obstacles and some delays, but don't let it throw you off your path. You keep going, and any type of adversary or enemy that you have, you will overcome them. So don't even look their way. Don't even pay them any attention. Don't worry about it. They're not even really any competition. But we look at the advice card, and you guys are scared. You may still secretly be scared that it's just not going to work out. Come on. Let's reverse this, okay? Let's put that in reverse. Don't allow fear to creep in and get you, okay? Don't allow it. You know, fear's a nasty thing. It wants to paralyze us. It wants to keep us in one spot. It wants us to be like a hamster on a wheel. Running, and making it nowhere. So don't let fear rob you of this amazing opportunity that we are being given. You know, a little bit of fear is natural, but, you know, this is paralyzing type of fear. This is fear that's so great that we can't even make a decision because we're so scared. I mean, this is literally creating a prison within our mind, you know, that's been created out of our fears. So we just can't even make a decision. We don't even want to react. In fact, it restricts our movement, but we're not really stuck. And that's what you need to realize, is you're not stuck. You do not have to stay in this period, you know, in this state of being fearful. You don't have to. All you got to do is say, hey, I ain't going to let fear control my mind. Get out of here. You don't focus on the fear. Whatever happens, happens. But don't let fear grab a hold of you, because fear will try to rob you of everything if you allow it. But you got to remember that you have free will and you are in charge ultimately of your destiny, okay? So do not let this fear rob you of this amazing opportunity. Okay, Love Oracle cards. These are for my single Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. The first one we have, very soon. Clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. And express your love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. So for those of you who are single, you may already have spotted someone that you're interested in. And some of you may have not, but you may be shown someone that you might be interested in here over the next month. But clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you. Because basically, if our heart is open to the possibilities, then we can attract it to us. Okay. This is for my Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Risings that are attached, you know, in a romantic relationship that's committed, or, you know, the ones that are married. So, first card, unrequited love. There's not enough attraction or chemistry to help keep this relationship going. And some of you might be experiencing this within a relationship. Not that, see, some people will stay in a relationship because it's familiar to them, even though that the chemistry or, the wonderful attraction is just not there anymore. Some of you may decide to just simply stay in a relationship just because it's what you know. But, don't sell yourself short. You deserve to have someone that can give you the best, that can give you all of their love, Don't sell yourself short. Heart-to-heart conversations. Honestly discuss your feelings with each other. And soulmate. Yes, this is your soulmate. This person is not your soulmate, okay? Let me just, for those of you that are going through this situation, do not get confused and think that this is your soulmate, because it's not. So if you are experiencing this situation, you need to let that go. But do what's best for you. Okay, I hope you guys have enjoyed this reading. Do please let me know if you liked this particular style, or if you would like me to go back to the other style, because I am keeping track of everyone's comments in regards to this. So I hope that you guys are happy with your reading. I hope that you take something positive away from this. I hope that you guys stay positive, please. Okay? Because things could be really, really great. I mean, you guys definitely have some fantastic opportunities coming your way. And I want you guys to, carpe diem, seize the day. Take a hold of those opportunities and, don't let go. Okay, I love you guys, and I will talk to you next month. I'm sending you blessings of healing, prosperity, and love. Talk to you next month.